All right, cool.
All right, let's get him. Let's get him, Lito.
It's your host, Lino Brown. You're watching the Midwest Invasion Hip Hop Station. Special guest, Stik Figa.
Stik Figa, man.
All right.
My song.
Well, you all know, you should know, Stik is a local artist. I think he's known everywhere else, but he's mostly known in Kansas City, Kansas, Topeka, Lawrence. All right, let's talk about your projects right now. You just released a new song, a new video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yup. Put out a new video. It's from the new album. It's called Stik Figa. It's Not Quite Himself. It's the name of the new project. I'm real excited about it. I'm hoping that people dig it. It's produced entirely by Leonard Destroy. Plays somewhat of a sequel, prequel role in the discography from the first album, Stik Figa as himself, available for purchase at undergroundhiphop.com and all over the internet and some of your other e-dealers of dope shit.
Support that. Support that.
So support that. I can still use the money, you know what I'm saying? Kids still need Snickers. But yeah, the new album is coming out. I'm putting it out myself independently. It's not coming out on Mellow Music or any other label or anything like that. So it's just really me taking it to a whole nother place, trying to push boundaries in music and sound and, way that rap music is presented in the Midwest and beyond.
Give us a little breakdown about this new album. What got you to call it that? And then what's the album going to be about?
Well, called it Stik Figa is Not Quite Himself because I think that it's completely new. Like the way that I'm approaching the record, the way that I'm recording the record, the topics or lack of topics is something completely different than what I've done previously. So I kind of want it to be something that like breaks the mold or ideal what you think a Stik Figa record should sound like. I try to approach every record different than I approached the last one. That was one reason I titled it that. And the second reason I titled it that is because there's a song on the record called Life Ain't Fair. And on the third verse of that song, I choose to do like I don't like to say spoken word because I don't like spoken word. Maybe that is what it is. But I do like a little rendition of like a Last Poets. I don't know if you ever heard of Last Poets, but Jill Scott Heron and all those guys, they do kind of like this free-form poetry thing. And I got inspired by that. And what I did was I was talking about current events, because this is a different time than I've ever experienced myself. Yeah. Like, it's a lot going on in the world that my pops and my mom and my great-grandma and my grandma, things like that they've experienced that I didn't get to personally experience. So I feel like I can't be the same person I was in the past as I am now.
Gotcha.
Because so much has transpired in my life and what's going on in the world. So that's what I was trying to get across with the new album title.
As a new fan, hearing this Stik Figa, who's never heard of you before, this new album, what do you feel like this person is going to hear for the first time? And how is it going to compare to your previous first attempts at your other albums?
They're probably going to hear an angrier Stik, a more aggressive Stik, one that raps better than whoever their favorite rapper is, and someone who raps about things of relevance to their personal lives. I mean, I can't fabricate. I'm never real good at like theoretical riches or anything like that, or mansions and women at my feet. So I've always just kept it. I've always tried to keep my music relatable to the common person because that is what I am. So I think if it's your first time hearing a Stik Figa record, it's gonna be your favorite Stik Figa record, or you'll be a new fan. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Do we have any collaborations that some of these little kids might know now?
No. Young Thug, not on my album. but it's some other artists from the area that are on the album. G Watts, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's dope. Riley, my homeboy from Kansas City, PNP gang. The Abnorm. So no names, no big names or anything like that. I wanted to get Freddie Gibbs on the album, but he cost too much. He's like my favorite new rapper, but no, just new music, man.
I like
Everybody new, everything new. You know, it's gonna challenge. It's a challenging listen.
Is there a D Will beat on this album?
No, me and D Will. It's funny because me and D Will made a whole record together, and it'll come out eventually. And it's dope.
Is that an exclusive?
That's
What is it? What is this?
It is an exclusive album.
What is this about?
Yeah, me and D Will made an album called JLBB, and then while we were recording it, some things took place. So we just kind of wanted to like figure out how we want to present that to people. But it's really dope. We put out one song from it called "We Don't Die."
Oh, I heard that song. I like that song a lot. Y'all
It's a
check
good
that
song.
out. Download that song.
Download on SoundCloud. It's free. Ain't gonna cost you nothing.
There might be a video. We'll see.
I don't know, but yeah, it's dope. Y'all gonna hear it eventually. I just don't know when. But right now, the Leonard Destroy record is what's up next.
Awesome. Living in Topeka. Stick in your eyes. What is living in Topeka like for you? It's not all Hollywood. It ain't Kansas City.
Kansas City's not Hollywood. I mean, living into. So what's the question? What is it like living in Topeka?
What's it like living in Topeka through Stik Figa's eyes?
Never been asked such a philosophical question about Topeka.
Like for me, I felt like you best describes it in the song you have a while ago. Y'all should go find the song "Is Nowhere," Part 1.
Yeah, I mean Topeka is like an evolved version of, or maybe a devolved version of what you think the American dream is, but when you actually get here, it's not. Like I always think of Topeka like Mayberry with a hood in it. Like, because everyone's perception of Kansas is like Mayberry. Like, if you ever watched Andy Griffith, like it's like, oh, it's probably just nothing to do but skip rocks in the lake and farm and everyone says hi to each other. But that wasn't my experience when I got here.
Nope.
It's funny because I think I thought that too because I moved here from Memphis, Tennessee. And the whole idea was to get away from all the crime and violence in Memphis, right? So when we first got here, we moved to an apartment complex that's popular in this town called Deer Creek. And it was just
Deer Creek.
It was just as grimy and wild as we didn't live in Deer Creek. We lived next door to Deer Creek where my aunt lived. Off of Golden Avenue.
East side.
And on the east side. And
Oakland.
I just remember being like, this is not that different at all from anywhere else I've ever been. You know what I mean? So I would describe, Topeka is a small town with with lots of big city problems. You know what I mean?
To me it's nothing like
and it's home.
It's not people show like in
anything.
movies. It's not just fields, corn for acres and acres of corn. It's not like that at all. We do have hills here. Not just plains, not just farms.
It's that too.
You're right.
You can't take the one from the other. Like, I always think about it like when you live in town, I don't know where the viewers are from. Like, I'm from the Central. So, I'm from off of 10th Avenue. You know what I mean? In town. So, that experience is probably different than people who are from like Hoyt. Mayetta or something like that, like who come to Topeka to go to Walmart. So it's what you describe for them. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to the big city. You ever see Mennonites at the when you see them at the Walmart, you ever see them? They have the little bonnets on and stuff. They be like, going to the big city. You know what I mean? For them, because they live out there with the corn and all that. But no, that's not Topeka. Topeka is something else. I've never been nowhere else like Topeka, though. I'll say that in all my travels.
And Hollywood, people who live in Hollywood, viewers who live in Hollywood, Topeka is the capital of Kansas, not Kansas City. No diss to Kansas City at all. Shout out to you guys. Just let you guys know, Topeka is the capital of Kansas. I love Kansas City,
by the way. That is definitely not a diss. Shout out to Kansas City. Lawrence as well.
Tech, I see you.
I'm from here. I think that gets confused a lot, too. People think I'm from somewhere else, but I'm from here.
You do shows up there, though.
I do shows. I got to get my money, man. I got to get my money. I gotta show my face to everybody. Everyone should see my face.
I like that.
It's a good looking face.
I like that. That's good. We're going to switch gears here, talk about some mainstream topics, even though we keep it local. Some mainstream topics I'm going to talk about. Drake versus Diddy. I know a lot of y'all want to hear Stik's opinion about this. So it finally came out that Diddy punched Drake at club.
He what it is. He had one of them.
Did that drama really need to happen? Stik, go ahead and talk about it.
Yes. I'm glad someone punched Drake.
I
know that's I don't encourage violence. Listen. I don't encourage violence. But Drake is somebody who comes off. I don't know the man. None of us do, right? Like we have never met Drake, but he comes off.
I'm not a fan.
He comes. Well, see, man. See,
sorry. Go ahead.
You're not being. I'm
not
objective.
Gonna.
But I say he comes off. He comes off as entitled, right? So when I see the story about. He fought this man over a beat, right? Is that the story?
That's the story. That was the story.
So Diddy was like
0 to 100 beat.
Yeah, and it's nominated for a Grammy now. So I'll be tight too. I'm just be honest. Like, full disclosure, I'll be tight. Like, cause the story goes, he sent him the beat and was like, "Oh, look, we got a computer. All right, hold up. Hey, yo, Drake, put a verse on here real quick." So he was like, "All right, put a verse on it." I put a verse on it. Doesn't hit Diddy back. Puts the song out.
He robbed
out Diddy, so he robbed this man. He robbed this man. But I don't think that was even an issue. I think it was. They said it was at DJ Khaled's birthday party, right?
Correct. Yep.
So that DJ Khaled birthday party sees this man, says to this man, "Hey man, that's dirty how you know what I'm saying, took the beat, you know what I'm saying, and just put it out as yours." And they said Drake hit him with one of them, pardon my back, kiss my back pocket kind of reactions. Where you from? Where Diddy ain't Diddy from Harlem? Diddy a hood guy, man. He did what he knew what to do. Put them hands on him.
He does more than dance. Diddy does more than dance. Just so
he beat him up like an uncle. He beat him like one of your uncles do.
You think that's a problem?
You
think that's a problem with these new cats out there in the mainstream world, that they don't respect people before them? In the state of hip hop.
That's one problem. I agree.
I mean, there's multiple problems.
And that's why I think Diddy punching him in the mouth is dope. Because that's what my daddy would do. That's what my uncle would do. Like, if I got wrong with my uncle, you know what I mean? He will remind me real quick. They're like, hey, boy, I'm your uncle. I'm older than you. I did this. I've been here longer than you. You need to show some respect. And I think that's what Diddy did. He was just like, hey, man, I'm not for the disrespect. I believe that's what they said they heard him say. Like, you ain't going to disrespect me. Put them hands on him. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, I definitely tip my hat off to Diddy for doing that. Yep. Because I mean,
I don't endorse violence, but in this particular case, sometimes whoopings are required.
I mean, a lot of artists will say stuff and not do anything. But Diddy just earned my respect hardcore now because man.
Yeah, It's not like he didn't earn it. Like
you're right. He has it.
Drake earned. No, I'm talking about Drake getting that whooping.
Go ahead.
Like sometimes that's the thing out here, man. Is people act like they didn't earn a whooping. Like you know what I mean? Like I got kids, man. I know about it. Like you give them chance after chance after chance, and then it's like
just because you're a star, you don't forget you're still a person too.
Yeah, I'm a man first. You're not gonna just disrespect me. Diddy reminded you. Take that. Take that.
Oh,
I bet he was saying that. Take that.
Oh man, that's funny.
3-piece, no biscuit.
Man.
Popeyes, $2.99.
And Drake's fellow label mate Lil Wayne going on some Twitter rants about trying to leave Young Money.
Yep.
I thought Young Money was his label though.
Young Money is.
How's he trying to leave Young Money? What's your opinion on that?
It might be bankrupt. We don't have... See, this is the thing about rap, man. Excuse me for being so cavalier. But this is the thing about, like, rap and perspective and the way you think things are and the way things really are. Like, we're not these people's accountants or lawyers or any of that. Like, so we don't know what's really going on.
And we're just fans talking. We're just fans talking. We don't
know. But I'm just saying, behind the scenes, we don't know what's going on. Correct. Like, we don't know if Baby has ever paid Lil Wayne for anything ever. It might be a Tupac Suge Knight situation where ain't nobody making no money. Like they said, when Pac died, he didn't have nothing. Ain't that a shame?
Yeah, less than $1 million in his pocket.
Yeah, he didn't have nothing. So, I mean, TLC, while we were watching TLC go on tour, selling all these records, broke, no money. So, what makes Wayne any different? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a shame because he used to kiss this man on the mouth. There's a man he used to kiss on the mouth, like he said that was his daddy. Like, that's a bad situation when your daddy doing you dirty. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I applaud Lil Wayne though if he sees that through and finds his independence. You know, because whether we like to admit it or not, regardless of what your taste is, you know, Wayne is a lightweight legend out here. Between
he might be in top 10.
Like between the years
top 10, I guess.
I might have my years wrong, but like between like 2004 to like 2007, like Wayne was not to be touched. When did
he was the illest rapper alive, I guess, for a little bit.
When Carter 1 came out, are you kidding me? Go DJ and all of that? That was 2004, right? Yeah. Nobody was touching Wayne. And then nobody was touching Wayne. Come on, my man. Nobody was touching Wayne. So like you'll never hear me throw salt on Wayne's name. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I salute the guy if he really is just like, hey man.
So was Tyga right?
Was Tyga right? Tyga can't rap though, but he still deserves.
I think I disagree a little bit. He's all right.
He's not
on Wayne's level. He's not on Drake's level.
Tiger can hardly rap. Right? Look, I'm saying Tiger can hardly rap.
He got fans.
Can't rap half a sandwich.
We are going to transition to our next segment called Real Talk
with real topics
with Blake Schwartz. Coming up.
What's up, baby?
How you living,
How you
baby?
doing, sir?
Hey,
I'm maintaining, man.
Coolin'.
Maintaining.
Let's do some stuff with some things.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. So, what are you talking about first?
I want to talk about the thug life, maybe. All right. I don't fuck with him, man. I don't fuck with politicians, period. I'm going to just say that. Brownback, he's a clown. I think anybody running for that spot, though, I mean, everybody got mad at me because I didn't vote. Mm-hmm. What am I voting for? Mm-hmm. To me, they're the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's like there's two sides to a coin. You got heads and tails. I can pick heads or tails, but it's the same coin. I think it's a corporate process. I don't think our votes are of any relevance at all. So, Sam Brownback's not that relevant to me.
I attempt to remain politically neutral because I kind of share some of the sentiments of my friend Blake here. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he smells. I don't like anything about the guy. Nothing about him gives off genuine. Nothing about him seems to care about the people in the state that he represents. And he's ugly. And I hope his mom gets a yeast infection.
Who was it that was running against him? Was it
some other guy who probably works for the same company?
Looks just as ugly and smells just as bad.
Got no love.
I mean, I asked people who they voted for, and they would say, "Well, why?" Right. I don't want Brownback to win.
Anybody but Brownback.
Is that the reason? That's not a good enough reason for me.
Yeah, I feel personally. You. I'm in that same boat.
Yeah. All right, Ferguson. That was a complicated one. Still a lot of questions that I don't think will ever be answered because there's too many conflicting stories. But I think one thing we can all agree on is that I don't think Mike Brown deserved to be gunned down by a police officer at that. From what I understand, he was like 33 feet away. I mean, you don't have to fire lethal shots from 35 feet away. So,
Black is beautiful. Continue to remember that. We need better policing, less militarized policing. We need better cops who, if you can't take a fade from an 18-year-old and try not to escalate a situation, situations need to be de-escalated. And I wasn't there, but Black's beautiful. That's it.
Hey, and I'm gonna just say this because I know we got a time frame, but I don't really give a fuck. I recently saw this video on Facebook yesterday or the day before, and it was like a video from like fucking 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this like skinny old white lady cop.
Yeah,
and there's this, this bigger black dude.
Yeah.
He got pulled over. He's got warrants and everything. And the caption of the video is like, "This is why police react the way they do." And it's like, well, okay. Maybe if you're a 120-pound woman who can't defend himself, maybe you should not be the police.
Maybe you should not be the police.
Why are you on this man like this?
Yeah.
And set it back here so this doesn't happen?
Yeah.
Why are you in this man's face?
That's what I'm saying. We need better policing.
There's the idea that black people or Mexican people, they're supposed to like, kind of mold themselves into what this system wants them to be. And I just think that's kind of ridiculous that, well, maybe you should, like, just because somebody wears a certain thing or talks a certain way does not make them a criminal. And I think people are tired of being assumed they are criminals because of the way they dress or the way they talk or who they associate with.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that we the people need to change. I think there's a system that has a lot of flaws that need to be addressed. And I don't see that happening.
Word up. And I let the white dude talk because y'all wouldn't listen if I said it.
They want to hear you, Stik. They ain't going to listen to me,
Hey,
Stik.
man, what I gotta say, man. But I just let him talk, man. He got it right on the head, though. I feel that. I feel everything he said. I mirror those sentiments.
I'm about to make a video. I want that.
Eric Garner. I'm gonna take this back to the state, man. I'm not even going to make it about the police or racism. I'm going to say the state. We have police killing people because someone was illegally selling cigarettes that he purchased, so he's not paying taxes on them. Mm. So the state came and put a gun to your head and said, "Hey, I need some of your profits. If you don't give them to me, you're done, buddy." And that's the problem we're facing. The government's gotten out of control. Like, I don't need you to come to my business and threaten me, and when I don't comply, I die. That's the issue there, I think.
I Can't Breathe. This one was on tape. I don't know, man. I don't think selling loose cigarettes should be warranting of a death sentence. I'm not interested in any conversation about whether or not he was resisting arrest. I don't think he was. I think he was simply trying not to die. So when you choke somebody out, they don't want to die. It's pretty simple.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die, especially not over no loose cigarettes. So, I feel more sorry for his family and his kids and everything my man just said, man. And again, black is beautiful. You got to quit turning us into the villains and the demons and the boogeyman all the time. You know what I mean? That guy didn't do nothing warranting a death sentence. Later on, black.
That is your today's episode. Very first episode of the Midwest Invasion Hip Hop episode. Historic moment. Moment. Very historic moment. Special guest Stik Figa. New album coming out. Titled
Stik Figa is not quite himself. Make sure to pick that up in the spring, most likely March sometime. Make sure to get you some.
It was a pleasure having you. I've known you for a while now. I've been following your music for a while.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, man. That's what I'm here to do. I just want to encourage all my Topeka artists out there to keep pushing and keep grinding. And don't think that, it's not possible. Because, shoot, I ain't even there yet. I'm still trying to get there with y'all. So I don't separate myself, you know what I'm saying? I represent this town from the east side to the west side to the south side, even where they go to Seaman at. That out north, they go out to Seaman out there. Yeah. Out north, even where y'all out north, man. I don't even be out north because the police be tripping. But do this for the town, bro. Don't shoot. But yeah, man, I do it for the town, man. Y'all don't believe me half the time, but I really do. And I got love for the town, and I got love for Marcy for what he's trying to do to push the town and push a hard line for the town, Straight like that.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you coming down. Followers, check us out. Twitter, check me out at LinoBrown785. Check me out, Facebook page, The Midwest Invasion, and MidwestInvasion.com. Check us out. You'll see guys like him. This interview will be on there. There's going to be a lot more material coming out. More guests, more artists, more real talk with real topics. With Blake. Come over here, Blake. Get us all on this little picture right here. This is a historic moment. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to follow me on Stik_Figa. And don't forget to hit me up on the Facebook at Stik Figa. You know, STIKFIGA. Missing the C, missing the G. But you already know it's in me. Straight like that. My song.
Everybody shut up.